That's like Derek. Remember we had a conversation about DNA testing, right? The study came out that between 30 and 40% of all DNA testing came back not the testing father. What about the trauma in that? That's millions of men that's raising a child and eventually find out that ain't even my child.
See, you bring in other layers in.
No, I'm not focusing on that. What I said what I said was it's even worse. If we continue and go dig into this, it's even worse. But what I'm saying is to have the conversation about vindictive women who's using the child as a weapon to get back at the father, the good father. Just have that conversation. Nothing else. Can we just do that?
But we did do that.
And no, we didn't. This whole thing was a yelling contest back and forth.
We just said that if that woman is keeping that child away from him, she should be charged. She should be held accountable for what she did. She should be charged.
But saying that, we didn't
be brought up on child. She should be brought up on kidnapping charges.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Kyra. How y'all doing today? As y'all can see, I ain't doing that great. So it's all good though. I'm here to have this conversation. That's the important part. So I hope everybody had a great day today. And let's get this party started. Let's get our co-host out here, Mr. Resolutionin Davis.
I'm about to say, are you just leaving me out?
No, I would never.
Good evening, everybody. That's going to be all Kyra.
Shit, that's a lie. Don't let that pass to the pen tell y'all no lies. What up, La?
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening.
Is that Sasha Mackie Mac?
Uh-oh.
Good evening.
He about to hit the link right now. So they can waste no time. Just click.
No, that devil child is that's not happening. What's going on, La? All right, let's get our one and only Mr. Deacon. Please report to the front of the class. You on mute. We can't hear you.
Let's get these ground rules from the start, all right? The live is at 3:44, right? At 55:55, I don't care if Jesus himself pops up to say what he has to say. We are shutting it down, and we're coming. We're gonna let Resolutionin tell everybody to get back to family, and we're gonna go home.
Shut it down.
Let's see how this go.
All right, let's.
He said he's shutting it down.
There's no video, so that take out a couple minutes.
It sure do. See,
and we'll cut out our disclaimer, or we'll be quick. We gay. I'm black. All of that. We hate ourselves. Who hurt you?
And we still trying to find out which one of you fans tore up Resolutionin's lawn like that. Y'all are petty. Y'all petty. They ain't got nothing. His lawn ain't got nothing to do.
Tore up my lawn.
Had nothing. His lawn ain't had nothing to do with anything he said. Take it out on him. Don't take it out on his lawn. All right. This is the last time we're gonna say this. So we want you just to come on forth and don't be a coward. Come on, we know your gray infinity. We know we're looking for your gray infinity.
Oh, oh.
At least I got my steps rebuilt.
So you got some new steps out of it. So he did you a favor.
I lost my railing to my bottom steps, but I'll be all right.
The hate is real. All right, everybody. So today's topic is, as you can see, why is healthy communication and conflict resolution missing in our homes?
We got no home training.
Because we got
that was easy.
We got home training.
Then why?
Everybody don't have home training, but us. Hey Joy, what's popping? I gotta call you back. I did get your message just to let you know that.
Then you set it off. Why? Why is that a thing?
Why don't we have healthy communication? Well, first of all, okay, Lala. Lala says people are not honest and don't communicate well. And I agree with that. People are not honest, and people think that well, this is my feeling about it. In our homes, we got what? We got some of us have our spouses or significant others that live with us and our children. So when you're talking about healthy communication, it's two different types of communication going on in your home. Your communication with your kids is one thing, and then your communication with your spouse is a whole nother issue. It's a whole nother thing. But as Sean always says, it doesn't matter about your tone, just take the message. I don't agree with that.
That's not what I said.
That's not what he said.
That's not what I said.
You go twisting words straight from the rip.
Not what I said.
Okay, what do you say, Sean?
I say it does matter how somebody come at you, but don't just neglect the message. Don't just neglect the message. Of course, if somebody coming at you sideways or disrespectful, of course, you protect yourself.
I can't hear the message.
I mean, and that's a personal thing. Like the message is still there to be heard.
Like, be for real. If somebody coming at you with a nasty tone, I'm supposed to receive your message?
What, you can't hear them?
No, I can't.
The
only thing I hear is the tone of your voice yelling or raised at me.
And that's why I always revert back to, if you was walking down the street and you dropped the $100 bill and somebody say, "Hey, stupid ass, you dropped the $100 bill." You're gonna hear that you dropped the $100 bill and pick that $100 bill up. I think that people just choose to neglect the message because maybe it's something that they don't want to hear. But you can hear a person. You don't have to receive the disrespect, or you can even, I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, I'm self-aware enough or mature enough to say, okay,
I'm not.
I heard what you said, but watch your mouth on how you talk to me.
Yeah, I'm good for that one. Watch your mouth.
But the message is still there.
It probably had to be repeated. Repeat that shit at a later time because I ain't hear it. But I do think tone plays a big factor in communication. I think the way we talk at each other instead of with each other, that's a problem, because it all depends on the situations that people go through in their homes. But I think if people learn how to have more of a conversation type of communication than coming at each other with the back and forth, because you don't. To me, you don't resolve nothing going back and forth with somebody.
And comprehension.
Absolutely.
You can communicate all you want, but if you can't comprehend where I'm going, then that's a different. Now you're dealing with a different dynamic.
Absolutely. But then when it comes to the kids,
that's where the issue come in, which we need to dig a little deeper.
Yeah, I think that sometimes we can talk very roughly with our children, or aggressively, should I say, with our children. We don't listen to them because we were raised to be just to do as I say, not as I do. You don't talk back to me. There ain't no discussion about I said what I said and just do what I tell you to do, and then that's it.
Yeah, so, I ain't a huge fan of that, but I get it.
Yeah. Ain't
no the best teacher is experience.
Absolutely.
And what a person sees, to follow a model versus just talking. If you're telling me, hey, I want you to be a stand-up human being, I want you to do this and do that, but you just get drunk every day and smoke crack, I'm gonna be like, what? Because a child absorbs everything that they see. These kids out here ain't cussing and tripping because they don't hear cussing and tripping. I mean, a lot of households is out of order. But like I said, I think it's a little deeper than this. I think we're gonna have to, the conversation to get a little deeper as we go along, because when you're dealing with the children, as we always say, there's a high number of children that's in single parent households. Now you insert this stepfather or this boyfriend. How far can this stepfather or boyfriend discipline your child? It's not going.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's not.
Hey, how are you? I don't know. I think that's just a discussion like you have to have with a step parent, because I know, like, I had a stepfather,
mm-hmm.
and him and my mother just had this rule in the house. Like, it wasn't that he couldn't discipline us, because like he couldn't hit us.
Like, I don't believe in that neither. I don't believe in hitting children.
Yeah, he couldn't hit us, but he could, he could discipline us. My stepfather wasn't a yeller. He was more of a person where he gonna sit down, he gonna talk to you, you gonna learn a lesson and things like that. He wasn't a yeller. He really wasn't a hitter. He was more into the talk and stuff, which was different because my mom is totally different than that. My mom was a yeller, a hitter, and all of that other stuff. But he wasn't. But still in all, that was what the rule in the house was you could yell at them, but just don't hit them.
Yeah. I mean, and I've seen dynamics to where it's like, the boyfriend or the step can't even yell at the person, because it's like, even if it's said, the reality of when it's done, it's like, don't be yelling at my child like that, especially if it's a girl. It makes it even, more, you know what I mean? So I think that that's a big thing, because we do have a lot of single households. And then when you get somebody to come in, because you guys like take it from a man's point of view, if a man is in this dynamic, you don't just have to deal with if mom allows discipline, but what about the father? Because the child can be like, oh, well, such and such, yelled at me, and you may not have yelled, you may have just been speaking firm, and stern to the child, but they're not used to it, or they don't like it. Next thing you know, you and dad is squaring up, because he like, yo, ain't no man, I ain't gonna say no man, not a lot of men is gonna walk into a situation like, hey, brother, let me have a talk with you. my child said that you had yelled at her. Can you please stop doing that? First thing they're gonna say is, yo, my man, don't yell at my kid. Next time you yell at my kid, you're gonna have a problem. Or if you got a problem with my kid, you bring it to me.
Right.
Now you under my roof. You're under my roof. It's gonna create conflict.
Yeah. And that's why I think that when it comes to that type of situation in the home, it has to be a healthy co-parenting type of situation. So y'all together, because at the end of the day, this is another person that is entering into your child's life, and they're going to be helping to raise this child. Yeah. So it's not like it's taking anything from the biological father, but y'all can all still come together to come up with a good co-parenting type of situation of the do's, the don'ts. You know what I'm saying? If it is an issue, we ain't gonna be coming at each other like we ready to fight on the street. But to just have that basis. I mean, some people can do it, some people can't. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the kids, I just think that it's not really about you, it's about the child. So let's try to make this the healthiest situation for that child. And I do the same thing, Joy.
Especially if it's multiple fathers. Now you get jumped at the birthday party.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Everybody has to be able to exist. Like you don't even if you don't like me, you don't have to like me, but at the end of the day, we still have to coexist with each other, because you're going to see me at the birthday parties. You're going to see me at the graduation. You're going to see me because I'm a part of that child's life. So we either going to end up having to have a conversation so we can have so we can at least be cordial with each other. But no matter what, I still exist. And if your child is living under my roof, we have to come up with a plan for the child so there isn't a problem. Because I'm not calling up nobody when your child acting crazy. I got to call you on the phone and say your child over here bugging, don't want to listen, and I'm just supposed to suck it up and take it instead of telling your child to like cut it out, sit down, go in your room, or whatever. I just had to sit there and take that. I think not. If that's the case, come get your kid.
Yeah, especially if it's under my roof. I mean, and on the flip side of that, you know, not every man is great at conflict resolution, you know, and decision making. You know, it's like we can go into the assumption that, oh, just because you got a penis, you're a good leader. Like, no, you got to give women something to follow. If you're talking about, you know, you're a king. You can't, like, every man is not just this great leader. I mean, you have to grow into that. You know, a lot of men have to grow into that. So just because you're a man in that situation don't mean that you're the best in conflict resolution and decision making. You know, so now if I'm on the outside looking in, and you got this person that's not good at these things, and I'm like, yo, why would you do that? And you're not self-aware enough to be like, you know what, my bad, I didn't mean to go about it. We probably gonna have a problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Joy says, hell nah, you have to speak up. That's why kids act like that in school. That's a rule. That's a rule of the world, and you can't say nothing to me.
Yeah. And why is that nowadays? Because like with Joy, like Joy spoke about it before, like even when teachers take it from even the teacher's perspective, you know, when you go to school and the teacher had to reprimand the child because of whatever, instead of the parent understanding and having the conversation, they come ready to fight you. So that's an indicator. Yeah, that's an indicator that maybe the parents don't know how to deal with that type of conflict resolution, or because now that's my baby and you ain't gonna be disrespecting my baby, or my baby got how many F's? How my baby, like, so that shows that maybe that household is not a good accountable conflict resolution type of household.
Yeah.
You know, because that happens.
I kind of like. I mean, I know it's like people, you know, it's a back in the day type of thing. You know, you need the village and this and that and the next. But I kind of like that part because, like, when we was growing up, it was if my mama wasn't home, we had our neighbors who had every right to yell at us, who had every right not to really, like, you know, if they disciplined us, they disciplined us if we did something. But they had that right to do that because they basically was, if my mama ain't around, ain't no other grown person around, that's the person that's in charge of my child until I come around. I have no idea why parents yell, scream, ready to fight the teachers for what? Because at the end of the day, what did your child do? That's the issue. What did your child do? I think that people get away from, or they have gotten into this thing where my child is right no matter what.
Yeah. It takes away accountability and it creates a sense of entitlement.
Exactly. Like that's like you can't just automatically think your child did something. A teacher ain't just gonna come lunging at your kid because they were sitting there with their book open writing notes.
We
And they
will
just
hope
chose to pick on your
not. We will hope not. Because you run up on a deacon, you're gonna have a problem.
And now Nikki says something that's true because the age of parents nowadays are young. And I think that is true because we do have a lot of young, immature parents.
It's true.
They are young. So it's like a kid raising a kid.
Yeah. I think I seen a video like 2 days ago, like a bunch of kids at a party singing like Sexy Red and the other girl songs. I don't know if it's Sexy Red and Sukiana or whatever. They were singing the songs and just cussing and tripping. And I was like, okay.
Absolutely.
And then you go into the comment section and, you know, everybody that was saying like, yo, that's disrespectful. Why is these kids talking like that? Oh, they just having fun. You know, let them kids have, and it's like, no.
But that's not cute.
No, it's not.
Is that's not cute at all. And
No,
it's just the way that I think people, I feel, just got so much into social. Hey Cody, that's our other co-host, y'all, Cody. I think social media with not just young people, even older people get sucked into the world of social media. And they see all this stuff on social media about communication, about this and about that. And then here you are applying all of that stuff to your life when you ain't got no damn business doing that. Because that is not your life at all. That is not your life. How these celebrities, look at Cardi B. Cardi B got her lyrics, the way she dressed, but she'll tell you in a heartbeat, not my daughter.
Yeah,
my daughter will not be listening to my music. But y'all up here letting y'all daughters listen to it.
I see. I saw that.
Yeah. So it's just like leave that social media stuff alone. Like, yeah, it is a lot. It's some good stuff on social media. It's some bad stuff on social media. It's all in what you choose to take in. But don't apply that into your relationships or into your children, because that sexy red nonsense, that shit is not cool. You sitting up there filming your child while they twerking all over the place and cussing up a storm. That don't show good parenting. That's not showing good parenting.
We were just talking about that the other day. She got famous. She got thrusted into fame by my coochie pink and my booty hole brown.
Well, at least she know.
It's like, what? I'm still waiting for this lip gloss to come out.
They need to cut it out.
You ever see the lip gloss that she's supposed to put out? Look that up. Look that up. She's coming out with a line of lip gloss. but the names of the lip gloss is very, very, very interesting.
I would never. I would never. I can't even name you. I hear, I'm not into like social media like that. I'm a scroll past type of person. So if I see something that I don't like, I'm just gonna scroll right past it. If I see your kids up there on social media twerking, I'm scrolling right past it. I'm not gonna say a word. I ain't liking it. All I'm saying is, that is not good parenting. Because you can't really say nothing to nobody these days. You really can't. You can't tell nobody nothing about their kid. You can't tell people nothing. That's why I said what I said. I don't say nothing to nobody. If your man out here cheating, I'm on my damn business. Why? Because you can't tell people nothing. I could come to you in the nicest way to tell you that I saw your man out here in these streets, and you gonna come and attack me. I will not. And no. I just mind my business. I don't see nothing but will go on in my own life and take care of my own kids. With not me.
We got to do something because it's getting bad. It really is.
It's getting very bad in this world. And comprehension is the biggest problem. I ain't even gonna say the communication part. We could communicate all day, but if you're not going to be honest with the things that you're saying to someone, then there's no point, because you're not understanding what I'm saying. If I'm telling you something and you don't understand what I'm saying to you, then tell me that, because I can break it down for you. so you don't get the wrong meaning of what I'm trying to say to you. Communication is a very big thing. People hold back their feelings, their emotions, just for what? It keep you stuck, and you're not gonna be able, especially with your spouse. If you can't, if your spouse isn't the person that knows everything about you, and that you cannot communicate with and give your all and be vulnerable with that person, then you're not with the right person.
Facts.
And can you take corrective criticism? Can you be accountable and take corrective criticism? Like that's big. People that's self-aware, that's mature enough to say, you know what, I was wrong. I need to change this. I need to change that. You need to get some counseling. You need to, take care of this mental health thing that's going on. You got a lot of people that feel like it ain't me. I'm good. It's everybody else. But your life, the results of the life you've lived up to this point is all
downhill.
You know what I mean? So when somebody tell you something, you don't want to hear it. Now,
I think that a lot of people don't like constructive criticism because they don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to hear that part. Even though they know you right, they don't want to accept that part.
But they're going to go through the results anyway.
Because they're not ready to accept it. Until a person is until you could give somebody constructive criticism or that, but until that person is ready to actually accept what you're telling them, it's not going to do nothing. They know you're right.
And everything feel like it's an attack.
Exactly, Nikki said with the ignorance of this word, they won't receive it in the right way.
Yeah, it's like if you're not ready to be responsible for your actions and hold yourself accountable, everything that somebody says to you is gonna feel like an attack.
Yep,
absolutely.
So that's huge. I mean, but we have to be more self-aware, because even if your life is in a place to where I don't know, you done did some things and you done went downhill. Like, what about the children?
Yeah.
What about the kids? What about the next generation?
I could always say this, at my age that I am, I was always, and I always say this, I was always blessed. I never really hung around people my own age. Like, my friend, my sister Nikki, and all of them. I took a lot of stuff from them. They taught me a lot because they was older than me. they was older than me, so I learned a lot from them. I don't never, even though, I'm 46, but back in them day, hell, Nikki was the one that told me I was pregnant. I didn't even know when I had my daughter Taji. I didn't know I was pregnant. My friend Nikki was like, "Girl, you better go ahead and take that pregnancy test." Cause I'm like, nah, cause I was the youngest one in the crowd, I was the baby of the crew. So it was what it was, but I learned a lot from them and seeing them and watching them do things. Hell, I even learned how to cook being with my older friends, because that's just what it was. I never felt like I could hang around people really my own age, because it was I sure was, Nikki. Because I just didn't relate. But even at 46, I could still say I don't know everything. I still have to go to my older cousins and my older friends to get advice.
And you still can't cook.
You crazy as heck. I may come to y'all, I may tell your ass to cook for me, but I know how to damn cook.
No, I had to throw that in there.
Look, my kids ain't dead yet, so I'm doing shit right. But
it's a constant evolution. Yeah.
That's right, sis. Get them.
Who that? Who talking junk?
Nikki
my
Jackson.
sis, my Nikki Nick. We ain't going in. But
yeah, whatever. She can't cook. Fried chicken and collard greens, macaroni and cheese ain't cooking.
You crazy. It's you eating. Don't play with me. You eating. So but I think but you just have to have that mindset. I don't have a problem with constructive criticism, because sometimes some of the shit that come out of my mouth, it ain't right.
Hey, Deacon, I'm gonna just say no comment.
Right, leave it alone.
Yeah, you're right.
Some of it may not be right, but hey, I always say I'm under construction. I learn something new every day.
No comment.
With that.
No comment.
But when I feel strongly about something, it's gonna take a hell of a lot to change my mind.
and audience, that's 99.99999% of the time.
Right.
For real, Ivy. Now David is my favorite cousin. You went down the totem pole.
That's a shame.
Incredible.
But at least I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm honest about how I feel, even if it don't come across correctly to other people. I'm honest about it. Now if you choose to try to change my mind or have me see things in another way, I'm open to it. But just sometimes it take a little bit more effort than it do. It take a little bit more effort with me. That's all.
Once again, no comment.
Just leave it.
But see, it's all good because it's all love. Because if you love me enough, you gonna walk me to the other side. Correct.
When we love you enough, we just say no comment.
I agree.
Let it go.
Quiet, let it go.
Let it go.
Nikki says she wants to ask us, in the years to come, do we think it's going to get better?
No. Absolutely not.
No.
Well, damn. Thank y'all for thinking about it.
Absolutely not.
Sheesh.
It's only going to get worse, because as the family dynamic continues to break down, as parents continue to try to become their children's friends, not their parent, as parents continue to try not to do the same thing that their parents did to them, and try to think of another method of parenting, the dynamic will continue to break as long as fathers are excluded out the household by choice or by force. Things are only going to get worse. You can't improve things until you start improving the quality of life.
I hear that. Davida says, back to the topic floating on the screen. Who are we to say what's missing in our homes? We are not. We saying what's missing in the homes is healthy communication and conflict resolution, because we have to talk to your children, and we have to deal with the men and the products of those children. So, and the women that come, and the women that are having these kids. That's why we say there's no healthy communication or conflict resolution, because you wasn't taught it. Because if you was, you wouldn't be out here in these streets acting the way you acting and talking to people the way you talk to them.
Right.
It's just that simple.
You wouldn't even have to ask that question. Like, who are we? Who are y'all to say? Like, that tells us right there. Yes, someone else being defensive about the lacking thereof.
These teachers can be a little weird. If you know your kid, then you know what they did and what they didn't do.
Lies and fairy tales.
No,
because a lot of parents are delusional to what their kids can actually do and what their kids can't do. A lot of parents didn't become woke until COVID hit, because before that they thought that their kids were perfect. They thought their kids were the smartest kids in the world. When they tell their kids to count and they say ABC, they say, "Oh, they just playing." No, that's really what they thought the counting was. Parents have been delusional for so long to what our children are capable of and what our children can actually do. And it's not. And then when you come in and you ask, and you speak to a teacher tell you what the real thing is, because we don't go off of just off of the top of what we expect. We go off of data. So when the data tells us the makeup of your child, you're in complete disagreement, because you're like, oh, well, my kid know how to count, and my kid know how to sit down, and my kid don't be talking to everybody. But data shows that they can't do any of that, and they do all that.
Exactly. Which is why you got to be in this, which is, I'm not trying to really jump off the topic, but this is the reason why you need to be in your children's educational life. Because you let a teacher tell me my son in school acting like he wasn't raised right. I'm in school because I want to see what they talking about. I want to see exactly what he's doing. So right. I'm the pop-up mom. He don't know I'm coming to school to check on him and see what the hell his teacher sitting up here talking about, because I dare my child to act stupid while I'm sitting in the classroom with him. His whole damn feelings are gonna be hurt. because I don't play them games. So it ain't the teacher, it's the parent. Because at the end of the day, if I'm a teacher and I'm telling you that your child is misbehaving in my class, or your child is talking, and I'm coming to you as a parent, you should want to correct that. And not say, oh no, my kid ain't doing this or my kid ain't doing that. You don't know what your kid doing because you at work. So that's when you got to step in and say, okay, I got something for them. I want to see this with my own eyes, what he doing, what they doing and what they not doing. Because you have to be active. And listen to what the teachers are saying, because every teacher ain't lying on your kid.
Yeah, it's that's my baby syndrome.
Right.
When sometimes, like you said, you got to pop in, you got to pop up, see what's going on. But as long as you keep, no, that's my baby, No, they don't do that with you. Probably.
Hold on. Please tell me Davida just up here playing and just to be extra.
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
She joking, so I'm not even gonna be worried about this. She just trying to have some content to bring to the show.
What happened?
She says these teachers are good teachers. I'm not about to go home and do homework after my kid been in school for 8 hours. There's more than enough time to master the subject, and if he didn't, it's on the teacher.
Say that again.
These teachers aren't good teachers. I'm not about to go home and do homework after my kid been in school for 8 hours. That's more than enough time to master the subject. And if they didn't, it's on the teacher.
Y'all know Davida playing devil's advocate.
Right.
Okay,
That's all it is. I ain't even gonna dig.
You know,
I'm not.
She be sitting in that kitchen with them babies, so she need to cut it out. And you absolutely right, Joy. They're actors. They act like model citizens in the class with their parents. They sure do, because I know mine straighten right the hell up, because they already know what they mama capable of.
She said they know what they capable of.
Zanisha says, I think so. She says, yes, a lot of younger kids are having kids, but people like me, my generation, is starting to have kids. And I personally know a few parents that are going back to teaching their kids how their parents taught them. We are going back to our roots and using teaching methods our parents used, but using them in a better way. Okay. I could dig that.
Yeah, because the results show you failure.
Right.
Like, you're just gonna keep failing. like you go.
I could dig it, because it is some truth in how we was raised back then compared to how this generation is. This generation is entitled. We have a bunch of entitled children. And we also have some very entitled adults. So
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes. It's a mess.
It's weird.
It's a mess. It's a mess. And even when we talk about it becomes a rah back and forth, because everybody think they're right. But the one thing I always say is, look at the results. What the results that you want out of life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the African American community, in a lot of spaces, is dead last. And it's like, that's what we want. That's what we want.
Yeah. And we have to stop also. This is the thing that for me is crazy. And this is what gives a lot of bad communication, is the deflecting. We got to stop deflecting, because baby, that deflection gonna get your feelings hurt. You cannot communicate how you feel to somebody, and then that person turns around, and instead of acknowledging and holding themselves accountable for what was just said to them, they turn around and say, but you did this, and you said this, and da 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 da. What that got to do with what I just said? It's like, acknowledge what I just said, and let's correct that first,
and then move forward.
Let's move forward, and then let's talk about what you're talking about. And let me figure. And if you got something to say that you don't like about me, or you need to work on something, and then we could just talk about that. But first, let's acknowledge what I said to, let's take accountability in the conversation, and let's not deflect. Deflection pisses me off.
And that all goes hand in hand. It's deflection, being unaccountable, being self-aware, like all of those different things. It's and maybe it's something that we didn't see in the homes. Seeing our elders or our parents have a healthy dialogue and know how to actually agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I see a lot of times is everybody trying to prove their point, trying to prove that they're right.
Exactly.
And they be dead wrong. Instead of saying, you know what, I was wrong. I mean, how many times have, like I had said that to my father one time. I said, I never ever heard you say I was wrong or I'm lost. Any of that, because there wasn't no GPS when I came up. You know what I mean? I told my father, I was like, well, you gonna be right, or you gonna argue something to where you gonna find some right in that wrong somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if we don't know how to even have a healthy debate and come to some type of conclusion that's not rah, 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 it's because we haven't seen that. Everything is a debate. I mean, everybody got a podcast. Everybody got a page where they want to. It's too. It's just too much.
Absolutely.
It's too much. Sometimes I don't even want to talk to people. It's like, you got it. You're right.
Let them have it.
I don't like people, and I
don't like people.
I don't like people. I always say that, and people think, like, how the hell she don't like? I don't. I don't like people. I only like the people that I choose to surround myself with. That's it. And the people that I choose to surround myself with is good people. I can't deal with people nonsense sometimes and they pettiness and this and that, because then y'all gonna bring something out of me that I be trying to keep
in.
What, pettiness, nonsense, and pettiness they bring out of you?
Yeah, they bring. Man, listen, it's this one person, y'all know. I ain't gonna start that one.
Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, I like to shout out people names now because this is one person.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna shout out people's names.
She bring out something in me that is, woo, baby.
It's both of y'all.
But no, it's her by herself.
Here we go.
So,
Cody.
But when I get like that, that's when I have to call somebody that got some sense. One of my good peoples, and I have to, I gotta take it down a level. I do not like people, and you know this. I be that cousin that you call and be like, who all gonna be at the party? Who all gonna be at the family gathering? You going? Because if you ain't going, I ain't going. That's I can't do it. I can't people. I'm not a people person. No, I am a people person, but only to the people that
depends on the people that's there.
Yeah, when I'm at work, it's something different. I don't got a choice, but in my real life, we ain't doing that.
Cody said you're full of it.
We ain't doing that. My friends know who. My friends know. My friends, they know, they love me just for who I am. And I have very good communication with my friends. That's why they love me so much.
Yeah, I believe it.
What'd you say, David?
I said, I believe it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Nat's on. I ain't heard a text from Nat in like 17 million years.
Because Nat done dipped on Jersey. Nat
hey, Nat, welcome to Candy Conversation.
Nat done went
we are your hosts. It's been
a... Nat said, oh, yeah. But, I don't know. I think that once we can actually have uncomfortable conversations with each other, that's when you truly know if you have healthy communication in your home. If you're able to have those uncomfortable conversations and it don't turn into a brawl, a fight, an argument, whatever y'all want to call it, then I think I have healthy communication.
I think learning to identify what that is, because like when you like with my daughters, right? When I tell them something from my perspective, what's not wrong. I mean, what's not right. They say, and I've said it here before. There's a difference of somebody that's brought up on survival versus brought up on love. They see things different.
Right.
It feels different. You know what I mean? Like if I'm dad, I'm gonna be the bad guy a lot of times because I'm going to be the one to say, no, you can't wear that. No, you can't go there. No, you can't do that because I'm the protector in my home. And I'm gonna always refer to that, resort to that, protecting. And then, not saying like my home, but saying now, mommy may be like, oh no, baby, he's just saying that because he don't want you to. Like that is the disciplinarian, but then mom, you know, coddles a little bit sometime, and she's the nurturer and such and such and such. I mean, but point is, some people don't understand that coming from dad isn't just dad being an a-hole.
Right.
It's trying to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to protect you. So people don't even don't know how to identify, like when that man, is being dad. He's just like, oh, he just don't want me to such and such. I just want to go and have a good time and such. And it's like, no, we're not doing that. So we don't even know how. If we don't know how to identify what that is,
but that all comes from your child being able to see a healthy relationship between mom and dad.
Yeah,
that's 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's where
100%.
our children learn from us.
Yes.
So if mom and dad don't have a healthy relationship as you get older, you're going to reflect on that, and that's how and that's how you're going to be in your own relationships.
Yes. And you don't have
and
to
how
be
you
like
communicate with your person is how.
And even with single parent household, you don't have to be in the same home to have a healthy co-parenting relationship.
Right.
You just have to be mature and accountable. And like and for it to come full circle, even if you have another man or woman that comes into the situation, as long as everybody on the same page, and that's like me. I don't believe in hitting, my children. I mean, so, a man coming in that situation understands, like, hey, my man, like, hey, you're a good dude. I don't believe in hitting my children. I don't believe that, this and that. And okay, no, not a problem. I'm not even that type of dude. We're good. We got a good rapport. To where it's like we can actually be friends.
Mm-hmm.
He can call me and be like, man, this little girl's a mess. This little girl of yours, like, yeah, she did this and she did that. Oh, okay. And then we can have conversations. We can, versus the child coming to me, telling me, oh, he yelled at me, or he screamed at me, or he cussed at me, and then now I'm calling you, not with a good rapport, but it's gonna lead off with like, yo, my man.
Right.
I just went and picked up 2 gun permits today. You better knock it off.
And I think Nikki kind of said it best. She said, "I'm praying we as a people need to go back to a village using barter method and learning to learn from each other, because you can't live alone in this world." And I think that's 100% true, because you can't live in this world alone. You can't do a lot of things alone, because at the end of the day, we all need help.
Yeah.
Whether we ask for it, whether we ask for the help or we don't, we still know we need it. Sometimes you got to push your pride to the side and your ego to the side and get the help that somebody is trying to give you, and listen to what somebody is trying to tell you, even if you didn't ask for it. Because obviously, if you didn't ask for it and somebody is telling you something, they see something.
Yes. Because I may see something that you don't see.
Exactly. That you don't see. So just take it in and do a lot and do some refocusing and some self-awareness to understand where that person is coming from. I mean, I don't do that often, but Sean does that often. Sean is that person that's gonna tell your ass.
I think they know this on this show.
Come, let me talk to you for a minute.
I'll let you, woman. Fuck that was that.
Let me throw something in your ear.
Yeah. I gotta tell my guys in the files, put it in your pocket. You may not use it now, but you may use it for later. Put it in your pocket.
But I do think that if we have more people, or even if we have more parents and more
stop trying to be friends. Yeah,
that actually stop trying to be friends with your kids, because I got 3 of them. But my main thing is that my main focus is I always tell my kids, I ain't your friend.
Right.
I'm your mother. I'm your parent before I'm anything else in this world. I'm never gonna be your friend. We can have fun together.
Be friendly. Yeah, we can be friendly.
We could have fun together. We can have our lives together. But at the end of the day, my job as your parent is to make sure that you are a functioning adult in this world, and that you're out here doing the things you're supposed to do,
I'm not
and
your peer.
following the crap.
Yeah, I'm not your peer.
I'm never your friend. I'm your I'm your guidance counselor.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of why things go that way. So like you can even my oldest son, 26 years old. I have told him, you like even when things get a little rocky, I'll tell him you can be upset, but you can't be disrespectful.
Right.
You can be upset, but you cannot be disrespectful. We don't do disrespect.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing when it comes to especially younger.
That's scripture.
Yeah, especially younger parents.
Yeah, because disrespect is
younger
different.
Parents, I think they really do try to be their kids' friends.
I mean, just dialogue anyway. Like I remember my son. He's nah, bro. I was like, what you say?
Oh,
I ain't your bro.
That bro stuff.
Hey, we don't do bro. No. Exactly. What you say? Oh no, I just said bro, Dad. Such and such. No, we don't do bro. I'm your father. That's it. Oh, but this is not I tell them quick. This ain't a conversation. This is not a conversation. I don't do bro. That's it.
At the end of the day.
Yeah,
but
clean
I
it
think
up.
that as I think that once parents learn how to, because a lot of parents may not know this, but boundaries are a very good thing. Whether it's in your relationship with your spouse, in your relationship with your kids, it has to always be boundaries, and it's boundaries that we just not crossing. We're not crossing those boundaries. Yeah. So once those boundaries are placed, and it's an understanding, and it was a conversation, you know what I'm saying to you, you know what I'm saying to you. Don't cross that boundary, because I'm gonna take off your foot. If you
and even us as parents, I mean, and staying responsible, and because what I want for my children is responsible. It's respectful. It ain't like I'm asking them to be something out of the realm. Like when I come out, I'll better see rose petals in front of me when I walk. Like, no, I'm asking you to be upstanding human beings, know how to talk to people, respect people. Those, your moral compass. Make sure, morally, you're correct. Absolutely. And respectful. Know how to talk to people, give people the same respect that you want. All of those different things.
Yeah.
And then here's Cody again. Unless you're this disrespectful dog. If you're this disrespectful dog, you just feel you can do what you want to
do. Yep, he run this.
It's all about respect, and it's all about, if you want people to see you in a different light, then you got to learn how to to show that different light. Because it's like my mother used to always say, because I have a complicated first name for some who don't know how to pronounce it properly. And my mother used to always say, if they don't say your name right, don't answer them. I do the same thing to my kids. But if they don't say your name right, don't answer them. Do not answer them.
I do the same thing with my kids.
I do, because my daughter also has, like, a complicated name. But yeah, if I wish my kids would call me some other than mom, mommy, or mother. If you ever call me by my first name and you one of my children, I don't hear nothing that's coming out of your mouth. I don't hear you, because that's not my name. My name, Sayah, is exactly that. I'm not your friend. You don't get to call me Kyra. You don't get to call me Katiana. You don't get to call me any of that. You get to call me Ma, mommy, or mother, or mom. That's it. Them the 4 words that belong to y'all and only y'all.
They're gonna say mommy Katiana.
I wish they would. My full name should never come out their mouth. Period.
I know that DJ. I know that DJ.
So
I know definitely that DJ will try it.
DJ.
Oh, Deacon, look at the time, Deacon.
And I'm a nunchuck them.
Oh yeah, let's go.
As my mama used to say,
take your time, young man.
And in closing,
listen. See, y'all made me lose my train of thought. Okay,
don't worry, we got you.
Like
and in closing,
I don't like losing my train of thought. But like my mama used to always tell us, people gonna only call you by what you answer to. So if you want people not to call you by something other than what your name is, stop answering to it. Be a better person. Stop talking to people crazy. Raise your kids better than what y'all raising them, because at the end of the day, they got to come out in these streets, and they ain't gonna like what they see in these streets. They sure don't. Better make sure they can handle themselves. You cannot talk to anybody and everybody anyway and expect no consequences to what you are doing. Let's be better people. And on that note,
check your tone.
Watch your mouth.
Somebody watch
I'll tell you in a minute. Watch your mouth. You only get one. You only get one. All right, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. This was a great conversation.
Nobody got angry. Only because we ignored Davita, but
you stupid.
And nobody ain't try to jump me. They ain't try to jump me today.
Nah, just y'all don't come for Sean Lawn again. It's still under construction. So. Let's not vandalize Sean's lawn again. I'm the punching bag soon. So
don't worry, don't worry. I was at the spot today. I got picked up 2.
And if y'all get upset with Sean, y'all just purchase the punching bags with Sean's face on it. And
y'all ain't gotta take it out on his lawn no more.
Yeah, just get all that frustration to the punching bag. So I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. This was, like I said, a great conversation. Thank you, my beautiful Nikki, my sister. Love you, boo. Joy, Lala, Davida, Ivory, all y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we will see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same place. And just remember, watch our mouth. Y'all got something to say before we hit these sheets?
Give it to him, Sean.
Next week, because I'm gonna be off the week after next. So next week it's gonna be on and popping. I'm letting y'all know now. Nah.
Oh Lord.
My lawn is getting back to normal. My steps is rebuilt. Let's get back to family.
And just one last thing for everybody that's still watching, please come out Thursday for the community stands up for our youth comedy show.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
it's a free admission, but they are asking for a donation to help and support a fundraiser for some kids to go to some of our Patterson um, children to be able to go see a Broadway show. So they're doing a comedy show this Thursday at 52 Front Street in Patterson, New Jersey. The show starts at what time, Derek?
Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. So
And who's going to be the comedian? G.L. Douglas.
the hilarious GL Douglas, the good girl of comedy, as well as the she's the creator of the Class Dismissed comedy tour.
Okay. And if anybody just want to make a donation, if you can't come out on Thursday and you just want to give a donation to the cause, you can always use the blasters.
That will be me. I'll be sending my donation, Derek, because I'm in the firehouse on Thursday.
Okay.
Derek, what is it?
Blasters Universe is the link. If you look on the page, we'll post it on the Candid Conversations page as well as my own personal page. You can use the link, or you can just scan the barcode, and it'll direct you to your secure payment.
Yeah, so y'all come out, support the kids. That's what it's all about, community coming together to help our children.
Right.
So
We need
grab your
130.
friends,
We need
grab your
130
friends,
people
and
to
grab your
donate
friends.
$45. That's all it is. It's an Uber Eats order. $45.
Yes, it's $45 per kid to go. So if y'all feeling that y'all want to bless them, and hopefully we'll see y'all Thursday at the comedy show.